got the word. So, we're back in green. This is the last time because we're coming to the end of the liturgical year. Next weekend is Christ the King, and the week after that is Advent. As we come to the end of the church year, then, our readings focus us on the coming of Christ, but not the coming of Jesus, the little baby, but the coming of Christ in glory. And so the parables we hear, and the stories we hear, the readings we have, are all about what happens when Christ comes back. And so that's where this parable gets put into context here for us tonight. But let's get something straight. We think of talent and we think of skill. Somebody has a skill or an art for playing the piano, or for making art, or for singing, or for teaching, or for whatever set of skills and gifts have been given. But that's not the way that word is being used necessarily in the gospel tonight. To get an idea of what a talent was, obviously it's a type of money, but what does it mean and how much was it? So I looked it up. So let me just play this little mind game with you. I don't want anybody to shout out figures out loud. But I want every person here to ask, how much do you make a year? Just think about that. Just come up with a dollar figure. How much do you make a year? Okay? Now double that. Double it again. Double it again. Double it again. Now, a talent was an amount of money equal to 15 times the annual salary a person was making. I just did it by doubling because we didn't want to be here all night. But think about that amount of money. Whatever that is, whatever you're making a year, and multiply by 15. That's one talent. So as Jesus is giving this parable to his people, they call to mind an amount of money, that much. So 5 talents, imagine the amount of money that was. 2 talents, and even 1 talent was not insignificant at all. So really the question for us is not to go away from here tonight and say, what talents has God given me? As in, what skills? But rather, what is of most value in my life that has been given to me by God? What do I value the most in my life? Who do I value the most in my life? That's the talent we have been given. It's about value. And it's about what God has given us, the value of what God has given us. And then comes the second question. Because of that value, what do I do about it? How do I live my life? If you answer, the most valuable thing that God has gifted me with is my family, do we act like it? Is our family the most important thing in our life? What is of most value given to us by God? And then, how do we act upon that? And that's how we will be judged. When God comes back, when Christ comes back, and we are seated before the judgment seat of God, that is how we will be judged. Not how well we sang, not how well we did other things, but how well did we use the great and wonderful, valuable gifts given to us by God. And what we're told in every reading, what we're told in all of the parables here, is that we are expected to do something with it, not simply bury it away. I want to protect it. I want to preserve it. I don't want anything to harm it. So I'm going to just put it here. I won't run the risk. But Christ is going to say, what did you risk? What did you do? How did you treat that value that I gave you? What is of most value in our life? And what do we do